What if the universe is trying to communicate? What if the universe has been speaking all along, and we simply never learned how to listen? Welcome to Information World. For thousands of years, humans have stared at the night sky and felt the same quiet pressure in their chest, the feeling that reality is bigger than it looks. We invented languages to talk to each other, numbers to understand patterns, and science to decode nature. But beneath all of that, a deeper question refuses to disappear: is the universe itself trying to say something? Not in words. Not in sentences. But in patterns, signals, laws, and coincidences so precise that ignoring them feels almost dishonest. Everywhere we look, we find structure. Galaxies spiral in elegant symmetry. Atoms follow strict rules. Time flows forward in one direction. Physical constants sit at exact values, as if even a tiny change would collapse everything. This doesn't look like chaos. It looks like intention, or at least information. Communication, at its core, is the transfer of information. And the universe is saturated with information. From the background radiation left over from the birth of everything, to the quantum vibrations inside empty space, reality behaves less like a silent object and more like an ongoing broadcast. The question is not whether information exists. The question is whether it is meant to be received. Let's start with the oldest message we know: light. Light is not just illumination. It is history traveling at a finite speed. When you look at the sun, you see it as it was 8 minutes ago. When you look at distant galaxies, you see them as they were billions of years ago. The universe preserves its past and sends it forward relentlessly, photon by photon, across unimaginable distances. Every star is a signal tower. Every supernova is an announcement. Every cosmic explosion carries encoded data about mass, energy, time, and space. We didn't invent astronomy, we learned to decode a message that was already arriving. Then there is the cosmic microwave background, a faint echo left over from the moment the universe became transparent. This radiation fills all of space evenly, like a whisper frozen into the fabric of reality. It is the closest thing we have to a birth certificate of existence itself. And it is not random. Tiny fluctuations in this ancient signal map out the future structure of the universe. From those slight differences came galaxies, stars, planets, and eventually us. The universe didn't just explode, it remembered how to build complexity. Memory is a form of communication across time. Even the laws of physics behave like a language. They are universal, consistent, and precise. Gravity speaks the same way on Earth as it does near a black hole. Electromagnetism does not change its grammar depending on location. The equations remain faithful across billions of years. If intelligence tried to communicate across cosmic time scales, this is exactly how it would do it, through rules that do not decay. Consider the fine-tuning problem. Physical constants such as the strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, and the expansion rate of the universe fall within extraordinarily narrow ranges. Change them slightly, and stars would never form. Chemistry would collapse. Life would be impossible. This doesn't prove intention, but it raises a question so uncomfortable that many prefer not to ask it: why does reality permit observation at all? Some argue this is chance. Others suggest multiple universes. But there is another possibility rarely discussed with seriousness, that the universe is structured to be readable. Readable things are meant to be read. Then there is mathematics, the most mysterious bridge between the human mind and cosmic structure. Mathematical truths exist independently of us, yet we can access them. Equations written on paper describe the behavior of black holes, quantum particles, and the expansion of space itself. Why should abstract symbols inside a human brain match the deepest mechanisms of the universe? It is as if reality and consciousness share a common syntax. Quantum physics takes this even further. At the smallest scales, particles behave less like objects and more like probabilities. They exist as waves of potential until measured. Observation matters. Measurement collapses possibility into fact. This has led to one of the most disturbing ideas in science: the observer is not separate from reality. If observation plays a role in shaping outcomes, then the universe does not merely exist passively. It reacts. It responds. It updates. That is not far from communication. Information theory, a branch of mathematics originally developed for telephone signals, now appears at the heart of physics. Black holes store information on their surfaces. Space itself may be composed of discrete informational units. Some physicists even propose that reality is fundamentally computational. In this view, the universe is not made of matter or energy, but of data. And data implies encoding. If the universe encodes information, then what is the message? Perhaps the message is not a sentence, but a direction. Complexity increases over time. Simple particles form atoms. Atoms form molecules. Molecules form life. Life forms minds. Minds form questions. The universe seems to be moving toward awareness. This progression is not guaranteed. It is fragile. It requires balance. And yet, across billions of years, complexity keeps emerging against the odds. This suggests not a static universe, but a process. A process with momentum. Some scientists and philosophers propose that consciousness itself may be a fundamental feature of reality, not an accident. In this view, the universe is not indifferent, it is participatory. It explores itself through observers. When you look at the universe is also, in a sense, looking back. Ancient civilizations intuited this long before modern science. They spoke of a living cosmos, of harmony between the heavens and the human soul. While their explanations lacked equations, their intuition may not have been entirely wrong. Modern science stripped the universe of personality to gain precision. But now, at the deepest levels, personality seems to return not as myth, but as information, emergence, and awareness. Even randomness may not be what it appears. What we call noise could be signal at a level we cannot yet decode. Early radio engineers thought static was meaningless until patterns emerged. Maybe the universe's message is too slow, too large, or too subtle for our current instruments. Or maybe the message is not for individuals, but for civilizations. Humanity has only recently developed the ability to listen. We have built detectors that hear gravitational waves ripples in space-time itself. We have observed neutrinos passing through Earth like ghosts. We search for artificial signals among the stars, hoping to find evidence of other minds. But what if the signal is not external? What if the universe communicates by shaping the conditions that produce thinkers, artists, scientists, and storytellers? What if curiosity itself is the message? Every time a human asks why, the universe continues the conversation it started at the beginning of time. This does not require believing the universe is conscious in a human sense. Communication does not always imply intent. A book communicates even if the author is gone. A fossil communicates without awareness. Structure alone can speak. The universe may be the ultimate archive, preserving its history, broadcasting its laws, and inviting interpretation. And perhaps meaning is not something we find in the universe but something the universe finds through us. If that is true, then listening becomes an ethical act. To study reality carefully, to reduce noise, to refine our understanding, this is not just science. It is participation. We may never decode a final message. There may be no ultimate sentence waiting at the end of physics. But the ongoing dialogue itself may be the point. A universe that produces observers capable of wondering about communication may already be speaking loudly enough. So the next time you look at the stars, consider this: maybe silence is not the absence of speech. Maybe it is the space required for understanding. And maybe the universe has been talking since the beginning, patiently waiting for minds quiet enough to hear it. If you enjoyed this journey into one of the deepest questions of existence, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations like this.